me up some.
And we won't have to cry no more.
Yep.
Yo. Hi everybody. This is literally my 5th time trying to make this video. Like, every time I try to make this video, something is blocking me from making this video. So we're going to have to make it short, because I'm going to get it together. We're going to get this message out there. Yesterday, I had another bad dream, so I woke up crying in tears, a lot of pain, and I just had that notion to run again. And I'm learning that it's to run away from my pain that I'm feeling. Like, I just want to get far away. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to see it. I just want to get far away from whatever feeling is on my chest. And the reason why I'm feeling like that is because I'm missing a loved one. And it's only one other person that made me miss him in this capacity, and that's my grandmother. I don't miss people. So if I miss you, that means a lot. You have such an impact on my life, you know, that it brings up those deep, deep unwanted feelings. And this person does. And yes, today I've just been crying because I genuinely miss this person. And every time we went into separation, guys like, Courtney, just focus on me. It's gonna be okay, you know. You know that saying when if it's yours, let it go. If it comes back, it's always yours. Whatever. I used to believe that, because I was like, okay, are we gonna try this thing now? Are we going to move forward? Like, what are we doing? You know. And it never went that way. And then I started believing, like, that it's not ever going to happen, or I started to really doubt this connection, as deep as and as beautiful as it is or was, you know. It's like right now we're not speaking, and I miss that person heavily. And it reminds me of the day my grandmother passed away. And I was like, in middle school, it was the morning, it was 7:40 in the morning, I was eating breakfast, and I was like, she's gone. I don't like missing people. I hate it. If you make me miss you, I don't even miss my parents, because I understand the notion of missing people, but grieving somebody that's alive is hard. You can grieve a relationship. That's okay. You know, things change. People change. People have their own free will, and they decide that they want to go another way. You can't hold that against them, because they're doing what they think is best for them. You know, as sucky as it may seem. But I just don't like the fact that hurting me in the process. You know, I keep hearing this notion like, Courtney, you're too good of a woman. You're so perfect. I'm just like, but you wouldn't even date me. They're like, nah, I can't date a woman like you, man. You too good. I don't wanna hurt you. That's crazy notion to say to a woman. That should motivate you and inspire you to do better, not run from it. Oh, you too good of a woman, so I can't date you. So you're going to date somebody that's half-assed, that's toxic, that you don't really mess with, that you got to argue with. You know what I mean? Over the woman that you know is heaven sent, that is God-given. I was watching a men's podcast, and he literally said the exact same thing. He was like, I have dated women where I was like, I can't date you because I'm not ready. I am literally in my boy season, and you're too good of a woman. And he was like, and then I date the woman that I quote unquote prefer, which is the toxic, you know, the argumentative, the this, the that. We don't really mesh well, but I can deal with her. I'm just like, why do you want to just deal with somebody? Because that's what you're used to. And if that's what you're used to, look at the past relationships. Listen, my guy friends, stop taking advice from other males. If they have no stability in their relationships, if they don't have a healthy relationship where their partner communicates, where their partner is actually loving, and you don't see them fighting, and you don't see them, why would you take advice from them? I'm not taking no advice about my relationship except God. What works for one marriage is not going to work for yours. What works for one relationship is not going to work for yours. You get what I'm saying? And we're so used to being argumentative and yelling at each other. That's not love. We can communicate without arguing. And people think that me being like a pushover, or me being a little too submissive, but why do I have to hunt grown adults down to tell them to get their ish together? Hey, I need you here. I need this. I need that. I have enough on my plate. You know, you volunteered to be in my life. I didn't say, oh, this is what you're going to be to me. You volunteered and then you don't even show up for the job? And then you want to come back and be like, okay, well, be intimate and then just duck off on the girl again? That's so wrong. That's so wrong. That's not love. If you love somebody, you're consistent with them. I always told people, I said, if you want to be in my life, then you're welcome. But if you don't, you ain't got to be here. You know, I don't like the notion of being inconsistent, people being inconsistent in my life, because I'm not inconsistent in yours. If you want me there, I'm going to be there. If you make me a priority in your life, I'm going to show up. Because that's just who I am. And in my relationships and with me missing this person, it's like you can't even be consistent. As a friend, as a lover, as whatever, a business partner, if you can't be consistent, then just leave me alone. Because that's not fair to me. You know what I mean? I have been hurt in the past where people think I'm just a temporary thing in their life until they get better, until, you know, God presents them with their wife or something. And that's so messed up for somebody to say. That I am just temporary. I would never tell somebody that they're temporary in my life, because I don't know what God has called for them to do in my life, what position that they had to play. I could be dismissing my wingman. You know what I mean? My future partner that's going to make me millions of dollars. Oh, you're just temporary. Wow. Wow. So you just see me as a placeholder until what you think is good comes along, and then I get dumped off. That's so hurtful. And I have had that said to me. And that's okay, because I respected it, because at least they was honest, you know. At least they said how they felt within that moment. And I was like, damn, you know, you think I'm temporary? That's crazy. Especially when it's somebody that you knew for a long time. And I always told this person, I said, you know, if you love me, you'll show up. Nobody will keep you from the person that you love. Shit. Nobody's gonna keep me from my loved ones. If I know this person brought favor into my life, brought blessings into my life, and then somebody else comes along and it's like not the same feeling, no. One or two gotta go. And it ain't gonna be the one that was here first. Do you get what I'm saying? I enjoy peaceful, loving relationships, and I don't like confusion. What is of God does not cause chaos, and it does not cause confusion. It does not cause uneasiness. I always say, like, I love this person with unconditional love. I know I do. Because God be like, Courtney, just be gentle, be this. I'm just like, they need to take accountability, God. And it's like, no, I don't want you to say nothing, Corey, which is why I'm like, my hands are tied. God be like, don't get involved. And I thank God, because he has always protected me in that. You know, when things come to my attention, I just pull back. And I just be like, okay, all right, that's what it is. You know, but I think it's disrespectful when people come back around and just to touch bases with you, you know, after they do something wrong. Like, take accountability for your actions, man. If you messed up, take accountability. If you did somebody wrong, take accountability. You need to apologize, because you had no idea what you might have put that person through. You know, what you subjected that person through, especially when they thought like y'all was actually going to come back together, and then you are intimate with them and then you duck off on them again. I don't understand why men do that. That's crazy to me. That's crazy when all you could have just did was just leave that person alone. Why did you have to come back into their energy and then go off somewhere else and not say anything? Like, don't even respect the person enough to say what's going on. Just leave. And then you leave that person with an uneasy feeling like, what happened? What's next, you know? Then you just probably have to go, hey, what? What? How can you just get a hey? I know I probably sound bitter, but God was like, Queenie, I need you to say this with conviction. I need you to get this off your chest because I know so many people can relate. But this is the part of the healing process. You are what you attract, and I don't want to attract lovers that are not ready for love. That's going to run. Like, I have been running this entire time. But do I forgive my person? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I know their heart. I know the calling that God has placed for them in my life. And God, I just need you to forgive them. Every time. Every time. I do. So these tears, yeah, it hurts, but it doesn't underestimate my love for them. And I just want people to take accountability. Take accountability for your actions. Because if somebody was treating me like this, they would have a heart attack. They would be pissed off to the high mountains. Do you hear me? And it's just so crazy because the ones that we tend to love, we do the most harm to. Because we push them away so much. But yeah, I will always forgive this person. So no matter what, I don't care what they did. I will always forgive them, and I will sincerely always love them with unconditional love. And I wish them nothing but the best. I never caused any harm against them. I don't know. Today was just a very emotional day, probably because it's a full moon in Scorpio, so I'm a crier. And also, it's Mercury retrograde, so that's another thing. But God needed me to get this out. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I just know that good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who are consistent, and good things come to those who pray and forever seek favor in the Lord. So I'm going to get me a good sleep tonight because I want to stop crying. And I just pray that things get better. They will get better. They always get better. Y'all have a good day.